Jeff Duvall from Student Reach, and today I want to talk to you about something incredibly serious. The subject is suicide. Now, as I've traveled for the last 2.5 decades around the world and across the United States speaking to students, I have had more conversations than I can recount with students who are at an incredible place of crisis in their life, considering or even having attempted suicide because of depression, anxiety, trauma in their life, or a number of other things. They are at a place where they think that ending it all to end the pain in their life is a better option than going forward with their life. And we know that there are temporary problems and that suicide is a permanent solution. But today I want to help you with a simple tool in 6 steps to help someone else in your life who is at a time of crisis so we can avert permanent tragedy. A safety plan is actually just an agreement between you and a student that there are a list of resources that they can go to when they feel like they're at a time of crisis. Step 1 is listing the warning signs that a crisis is coming. This is where you sit down with a student and you ask them questions like, when you got to such a dark place in the past where you weren't thinking clearly, what were the things that led up to that? And you can list those things with them and so that they can recognize the thoughts, the behaviors, and the circumstances that led them to a place where they weren't going to be thinking clearly, and they can look at those things before they get to that place so that they know a crisis is coming. Step 2 is where you sit down with someone and you list a number of resources and techniques that they can use to de-escalate and divert themselves from dark places and dark thoughts. You go through a list of things that they can recognize have helped in the past, so before they get spun out and ramped up, they can go to this list and say, here are some things that I can do. Sometimes it's to de-escalate, but sometimes all they can do is divert themselves and distract themselves from those thoughts, and that's where this list comes in. Step 3. A list of people that they can go to in a time of crisis. In AA, everyone has a sponsor. And when you want to drink or you want to engage in drugs or whatever the destructive behavior is, it's somebody that you can call and be completely honest. This is a list of people that you can call, and the times that you can call them, that you can get through to them, and it's somebody who can help you when you are in a dark place. And maybe it's just to calm you down, or maybe it's to actually talk you out of something, but this is that list of go-to people that you know you can count on when times are tough. Step 4 is removing the access to the means of suicide. What does this mean? A lot of people are in a dark place, but they're in a place where they're teeter-tottering, and the easier it is to do self-harm, the more likely it is to happen. So this means making a list of things that you might do. It might be for young men, going to a parent and saying, there are firearms in the house and those need to be removed because they're dangerous to me where I'm at right now personally. It might be for someone going to their parents and saying, we need to lock up or remove pills from the house that might be something that could be dangerous and a means of suicide. This could be a little bit tough because if parents or other people don't know that they're going through something, they might have to tell them, but it's incredibly important to get them out of dangerous situations. Number 5 is making a list of mental health providers and professionals that can be accessed in a time of crisis. Some of it is as simple as an 800 number. You can actually even text the National Suicide Hotline, which we'll put on the screen right here. But some of it might be a psychiatrist, a psychologist, county mental health, and it's important to not only list the actual numbers in that place, but the time of day that those are accessible. For instance, a psychologist or a doctor might not be accessible 24/7, but county mental health might be. Okay, now this is obviously extremely critical, but in a time of crisis, they might need to access this list, and it's good at least knowing that it's there. Number 6 is making a list of important reasons to stay alive. As simple as that sounds, this can be the difference between somebody ending their life and going forward. And whether that's things that they're looking forward to in the future that they might lose sight of in a time of crisis, or people that are counting on them, these are important reasons when you don't feel like you want to go on your own. These are external reasons that can help you. So that's the 6 simple steps to making a safety plan with somebody. Now listen, You can get access to this and other resources, including this entire video that you can watch with somebody by going to studentreach.org/prevention, and you can find there a link to get our resources. It's completely free of charge. You can also reach out to us, contact us. You can talk to us about bigger efforts, maybe at a school or in a community or among peers. We have resources for you. But it's so important that we help the people around us who are going through a temporary crisis not come up with a permanent solution to that crisis. I'm so glad that in my life, after speaking to students, so many of them have felt safe coming up to me and telling me what they were going through in some of their deepest, darkest places that nobody ever even knew about. But I want you, if you're watching this video, to feel safe and confident that you can put yourself out there as the kind of person that will help people through crisis, not just as a shoulder to cry on, but as somebody who has actual resources and tools and that can actually help people through a difficult time in their life. All right, listen, you can get access to all of these tools and more at studentreach.org/prevention. You can go around our website, follow us on social media at Student Reach Inc. You just put the URL of whatever social media is there and then put at Student Reach Inc. after that. And you can follow us on social media because we have all kinds of tools and help and funny things and who knows what else. All right, so listen, once again, we're here to help you be more awesome than you already are.